get that ticket or do that banking transaction. Millions of people, millions, everybody stand, lines and lines and rows of people. It was crazy. And Western people would get so mad, including myself. You'd say, what these damn people, what the hell? And you'd get mad. And some of the people did go punch the Indians. They'd get so mad, they'd punch them. Well, one day I says, well, why in the hell am I mad? I don't have to be here. They got to be here.
Exactly. You're there because you want to, not because you have to.
And I smiled, and everybody smiled back. and it changed my whole way of thinking from then on out of there. I never had no more trouble. I didn't care if I had to stand in line a half a day.
If you wanted to get some banking done, if you needed money, you knew that that's what half of your day was going to consist of.
Yeah, mainly buying railroad tickets, right? Oh. Right, but because, like I said, most of the money we got at the American Express,
right,
which was a lot better, different deal there. But like I said, I did do it at the bank, and I did it at the railway station, and it was just incredible. But anyhow, it changed my whole attitude. And people would run from India screaming, pulling their hair out of their head about these damn Indian people, how stupid they were and how this and how that. And it wasn't them. It was us.
Right.
And oh boy, we better keep going here. I'm getting behind.
You're good. You're fine. Keep talking. You're good.
Anyhow, we made it to Goa. And
which is south of Mumbai and also on the Indian Ocean.
And it was a Portuguese was a Portuguese colony. So you have the Catholic Church there. It's in there, actually in the Arabian Sea. And it was Portuguese colony. So like I said, you have a lot of the churches there and stuff, and statues of the saints and different things, in the town.
So Goa was not British. Goa was Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Now, why was that little section of India Portuguese?
They had conquered it way back. I don't know what 1300s or I don't know. I shouldn't say because I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
But it was different from the rest of the country, I guess, because of the influence.
Yes, completely. And so I get to Goa. Well, I've got the hepatitis.
So you did have it.
Yeah, I got it. So we went anyhow and got a house on the beach. And then I went to the hospital in Panjim, which is the capital of Goa. And I get to the hospital. Oh my God, you would never believe this in a million years. I get to this hospital and I'm sick. I'm hurting and I feel like hell and everything. And they send you up to a floor. That's everybody in there has got hepatitis. Now, like remember, my friend, he got into that UNICEF hospital with Catholic nuns. It was spit shine. The floor shined. Everything was spotless clean.
Right. I
get to Panjim. I get in the hospital. All the beds have been pissed in so many times that the springs, they had them springs that are hooked together.
Yes.
It's just a single type bed. They were all rotted. So the mattress and stuff, if you didn't do something, it would fall down the floor. So they took 2x12s and stuck them right down the middle of the bed. So you wouldn't fall through.
Wow.
You couldn't lay nowhere on that bed. It hurt your back. It hurt your side, and you're sick to begin with. The running water in the hospital had been gone. The pipes had been gone for a long time. They had 3 55-gallon drums that they would fill with water, and that's how you took a shower, by dipping out of it and pouring over your head. I was there 1 week. I got 1 aspirin, and I finally checked myself out because I had to beg 2 times in that 1 week to get them to put some water in their barrels to take a shower or to wash myself off, because you're talking about 100-degree weather, sweating,
right,
and you're sick, and I mean it was unbelievable. And so I knew what you had to take, that sugar molecule, and and vitamin B. And I just went to a pharmacy, loaded up on all the stuff, went to the house on the beach, and I cured myself.
And it was a whole lot more comfortable than the pissed-in bed with the rotted springs.
Yeah, and not only that, they served a meal a couple times a day. It was white rice, just plain white rice with a dried fish, the whole fish that had been dried, and then they soak it again, and then they put it on. It's got the head, everything on it, all,
Yeah.
Just a small fish. And if you didn't set up in the first day, I didn't know, they just come and set it on the little stand by your bed. Everybody had a little, like a nightstand.
Yes.
They sat it there. If you weren't up to take that plate, when they sat it there, a cat had your fish before you could even think about getting that. They were just waiting on it. So you had to be up and take the plate in your hand if you wanted any fish to eat, or you didn't get it. And oh man, it was something. It was unbelievable. I had never believed it in my life that things were that bad. But,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to recuperate at the beach house?
1 week in the hospital and 4 weeks at the beach house.
Okay. And by that time you were feeling tip top shape.
I was in perfect shape. Then actually, I was up and getting around, after a couple weeks, so 3 weeks, I was up, but it took me, to get all my strength back and everything.
Did your redheaded buddy ever join you at the beach house?
He finally come, but he had already ran into other people that he was traveling with other people now. So it all worked out that he had met in Bombay, I guess at the hospital. I don't remember exactly where he met him at.
Well, no,
so
I have to ask you. I mean, because you didn't have cell phones back then, of course. But
no.
Okay, we'll be at a beach house in Goa. So when you get better, come down and find us. How did he know where to look for you?
Like I said, it was just word of mouth. You asked, and where were the hippies? Where, not that we were hippies, but that's where the hippies all went.
Okay.
And that's why everybody congregated there. And
so the Westerners that traveled in Goa, they would go to a specific area.
Right. Everybody knew, for some reason, they all knew about it, from up in Nepal, India, to at Christmas time and New Year's. That's what you did. You went to the beach in Goa for Christmas and New Year. You ought to seen this place.
Well, is that because there was the Christian influence from the Portuguese, and so they did something with Christmas then?
I don't know if it was the beach.
Okay.
You ought to seen this beach. The sand was like talcum powder.
Wow.
It was so fine it squeaked under your feet.
Wow.
Not only that, when you walked at night when the moon was out, or even just stars, your toes glowed green. If you kicked the sand up in the air, it was bioluminescent from an algae.
Okay.
And I mean, it was unbelievable. If it was a no moon, one star in the sky, you could see shadows of the palm trees. The beach was so white and so nice, it would make shadows. When it was full moon, it was like walking at 12 noon in the daytime.
Was that because of the luminescent sand?
No, it was so white.
Okay, so the white sand would reflect the sun, the moon.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable, and it was so nice. I mean, and then the water was nice and warm, and it was a fishing village, and the locals never used the beach. Only the Westerners really used the beach, and it was beautiful. It once I got feeling good, well, even like I said, when I was still sick, I'd just go walking on the beach.
Sure.
It made me feel a lot better. And it was another world. Excuse me. So after Goa, we're going to run out of time here.
Oh, keep going.
After Goa, then headed across the south and to the east, it's Bangalore. It's now Bangalore or something. It's different, but Bangalore.
That's in this in the central part of the country.
Yeah, and I think there was another town, Mysore, we went to, and let me see here. I don't know because they changed them. They changed all the names.
Sure.
And anyhow, we were on our way to Rameshwaram. And if you see, it was there it is. It's Madurai, and then to Rameshwaram. Now Bangalore is where all these telemarketers and all these, they've hired all these people that when you call for AT&T for something, you get an Indian person. That's where they're all at.
They're all in Bangalore.
Yeah, or they're in the Philippines. A lot of them are in the Philippines too.
Sure.
But most of them are from India and they're from Bangalore. And anyhow, to Rameshwaram, if you see where it crosses over to Ceylon, it's right there on the tip. And the temples there were huge. They had beautiful temples. They were like anywhere from 150 feet tall to like 250 feet tall. And just big, huge areas. I think they said it was like 6 hectares or something there of temples. And I can't remember what a hectare is anymore. I used to know that stuff, but I don't remember anymore. So anyway, after we traveled around Rameshwaram and checked out the town and everything, the temples, then we crossed by ferry boat over to Ceylon, which is now Sri Lanka.
Correct.
And
well, now when you get down to that part of the world, there are a lot of are they called Sikhs?
No,
the Sikhs aren't there.
No, the Sikhs are up in Rajasthan and they're in the north and the west.
Okay.
They're and way up in the north. Their temple is the Golden Temple in Amritsar.
Okay.
And that I've been there too, but that's later on. And then so to Ceylon, the British took the Tamil Indians. See, they grew tea in southern India.
Correct.
And then they also took it to Ceylon. And you have tea fields in Ceylon, and they brought the Tamil Indians from southern India to Ceylon to pick the tea and to do the tea. And that's what caused that 20-year war then that they had between the Tamils and the Sinhalese people.
Because they didn't get along.
Right. And the British did that a lot. The British like to screw up people. They did it up in the Kashmir, which is Pakistan and India up in the north, which I've been up there, but that was later too. And anyway, so we took a train from Mannar, or it's Telemannar, down to Colombo, which is on the west coast.
Yes.
And it's the capital. And again, just a fantastic place. And when I got to Ceylon, after we took the train ride down there, I would have never took the train even if I'd have known how beautiful it was. When I got to Ceylon, I said, man, I wished I had the money. I would go back to the United States and get every friend I know and bring them over here, because Ceylon is the most beautiful place in the world, or at that time anyhow, and I still think it is.
Now, how did Ceylon differ from India? Because it's to the same part of the world. How is it different though?
It's basically the same. The food was a lot the same. The people were a lot the same, but it was a British colony and they spoke a lot of English. And because it was smaller, it was I get to think it was easier to meet people and the Sinhalese people and talk with them and stuff though too.
Was it as densely populated as India?
Oh no, nothing like that.
So maybe that was it. Maybe you had less people and it was maybe a little cleaner and things you didn't have to wait half a day in a line.
Oh no, it was so beautiful that after we got to Colombo, we went to Hikkaduwa, which was a coral reef on the west side down by Galle, just north of Galle. And I mean, this was the most beautiful little coral reef I've ever seen. I've been to